Hey everybody, my name is Jared Fiacco. Welcome back. In the last episode, we learned about how to open up a web page in Internet Explorer using Python Selenium library. In this episode, we're going to ratchet it up a notch. We're going to open up Reddit, we're going to log in with actual credentials, and then we're going to open up a subreddit. I'll leave the code in the description so you can follow along at your leisure. And that being said, let's get to it. All right, so before we get started, let's talk about the overall goal. The real reason why I'm teaching you how to do this on Internet Explorer, not Chrome, not Firefox or something like that, is because I want to teach you how to log in to your legacy system. So if you have some sort of an old system that only works, it's only web-based and only works on Internet Explorer, this is for you, all right? So let's talk about the pseudocode. What essentially are we going to get done today? First off, we're going to open up Reddit, right? We're going to log in with credentials. We're going to wait to authenticate, and then we're going to move to a specific subreddit, right? So first off, let's open up Internet Explorer. Let's plug in Reddit, reddit.com. Okay, and the first thing we see here, it says, it looks like you're using new Reddit on an old browser. The site isn't going to work properly unless you update your browser. If you're not going to do that, we suggest you use old Reddit. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch trains of thought. Instead of using regular Reddit, we're going to use old Reddit. All right, I'm going to minimize this here, and I'll type in old. Okay, we're gonna end up going here. So the first thing we're gonna do is just get into Reddit. What I did here is I pasted some initial settings that we talked about in the last video. If you're more interested in learning about them, you can either look up documentation on them on the internet, or you can just take my word for it. This stuff works. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to say, go to old Reddit. We're going to tell the driver, get this URL, which is the old Reddit URL. All right, seems simple enough. We're going to go into, we're going to save this first in here, in a shared folder that has the IE server, the IE driver, and the Python script here. We're going to hit Shift, right click, open PowerShell window here. We're going to click it. We're going to type in Python IE underscore open web page dot py, because we want to say, hey Python, open this Python script, right? So we're going to hit enter, and again, we have an error. All right, so browser zoom level is 180%, should be set to 100. I zoomed in. Let me reset it. Go to 100%, exit out. We're going to click back into the PowerShell right here. We're going to hit the up arrow on our keyboard so that we don't have to type this out again. We're going to click enter. And ta-da, we got in. So that's step one. So we can cross that off the list. Let's close it. Let's go back to the code. We're going to log in with credentials. All right. So I created a username and password that they're fake. They're a fake username and password. So just so we can see what step we're on here, let me just blow this stuff out. Okay, so I created a fake username and password. We're gonna say, we're gonna tell the driver to find the element by username. It's looking for an element called user. Okay, so Internet Explorer. Why am I saying that? Let's go to oldreddit.com. So if I right click in this username, because this is essentially where we want to put the username. I scroll down to inspect element, I click it. Let me full screen this so it's a little easier to see. So I right clicked here, I hit inspect element, it brought me here. So it says the name of this element is called user, and what we want to do is we want to type text into it. So we say find this element called user, and we're going to type in our username. This is, again, this is a fake username. I made it with a fake username and password. It doesn't belong to me, so if you try to steal it, have fun. I don't care. We're going to right click the password to do the same. Inspect element and PASSWD. Okay, so PASSWD, that's why I wrote that here. Find element by name, password. We're going to type in this. This is a fake password because that's my password for this. We're going to wait a second, and then we're going to say, hey, send the keys. Send keys, return. Essentially, we're saying hit the enter button, right? And what that'll do is that'll initiate a login instance, or it'll try to initiate a login, and that'll check for authentication, and if it works, it'll bring us into the website. So what I really want to highlight here is that regardless when you're trying to log into your legacy system, what you want to do is make sure that this, it might be called username, this might be called password, or it might be called passcode. Whatever it is, let me just go and erase this. Whatever it is, you're going to need to do the legwork, and you're going to need to do the research, right click, inspect the element, and figure out what its name is. Is it user? Is it password? Is it username? Figure it out and edit this as needed. Okay, so let's give this a try. Let's see what happens. We're going to save this. We're going to click into our PowerShell, hit the up arrow again, enter. Okay, so it found thing. Oh, see? That's the computer typing. I don't know if you saw that. Let's do it one more time real quick. That was the computer typing that information. We're sending these keys. We're sending this password. Okay, so take a look right here. Username, it's going to type it in. Password, it's going to type it in. And then you see a little loading bar as the computer pressed the return key. So let's close this. All right, step 2 done. Literally that easy so far. Okay. So step 3, we're going to wait to authenticate. I brought in the time library, and from that I brought in sleep, just to tell the Python code to wait for a couple seconds while the system authenticates us as a user. And then, because we'll do a 2-in-1 here, we're going to tell the driver to move to a subreddit. I personally like the personal finance subreddit, so we're going to head there. So we're going to hit save so that it knows what we're up to. I accidentally logged out. We're going to click into our, where we save this. We're going to hit shift, right click our mouse, again, bring up the PowerShell window. We're going to hit the up arrow so it brings up the last thing that we typed in. We're going to hit enter. And there it goes. It's typing, it's loading, it's waiting 3 seconds like we told it to, and boom, we're at personal finance. Holy cow, folks. It was literally that easy. Wow. So let me just go over this because I didn't really explain it all that well. we said to the driver, wait 3 seconds for us. And then when you're done, we're going to have you bring up this personal finance subreddit. Automating a process in your legacy system does not have to be hard. It's as simple as opening up a web browser and sending a couple keys to different elements. If you can do that, then you're well on your way to automating any task. All it's going to take is a little bit of time, Googling some stuff, troubleshooting, testing, and you're golden. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please put them down in the comment section below and I'll try to answer them. If this helped you at all, I would really appreciate it if you dropped a like, because this took me a lot of time to make, and I'll see you in the next one.